I said a while back that I would show you just why I don't particularly like these test leads as they come from China. This set actually has nice heavy PVC coated wire and a pretty good alligator clip on the end. Now the easiest way that I know of to get one of these off or put it back on is hold the jaws open with something. And then the plastic just comes off. Now look at how this is fabricated. Fold over, and squeeze. You notice it's not soldered. It can be taken apart by bending up one and then the other of the two tabs. And then just pull the wire out. You see the wire consists of just some folded over strands. 7 strands of 7 conductors. Now, I didn't strip this, so I didn't break off any of the conductors, but there's a total of 7. This is a piece of 22 gauge silicone insulated wire. And I bought the cheapest I could get from China. It's a lot more flexible than this. In contrast to the 7 conductors in the Chinese jumper wire. I'm not going to count that, but there's probably 41, 60. I mean, it's a ridiculous number. A single strand of this 22 gauge conductor is 0.07 millimeters. The Chinese bundled jumpers, 0.09 millimeters. It means a little 22 gauge wire from China has probably 40 times as much total cross-sectional area. I disassembled one of the white Chinese jumpers and I cut an identical length or thereabouts of 22 gauge white wire. See how flat this bottom is? And then these 2 ears fold over. I think this started out round and then it was mashed flat top and bottom. I'm going to try to achieve a little bit of roundedness. Is that what you would call it? And you see what I've tended to do? I just rounded that bottom a little bit compared to an unrounded one. You could do just as well with a pair of parallel jaw adjustable pliers. Set them pretty close together. Lay this on and just tap it. I'm using the very lightest hammer, almost the lightest hammer I have. Make sure you pre-install the 2 rubber insulators. And to keep them from falling out, I just put one of the clips on the other end of the unused, unsoldered end. Goes down through the hole. The edge of the silicone's right up against the edge of the hole. Turns over, bends flat. A little bit of solder. Repeat. Crimp it with the here, or better here if you didn't have a spring. Now the silicone insulation is pretty tough, but we don't care if a sharp end jags into the silicone. After all, it's connected here. It's all one piece of metal. What I have here is a red and black wire going back to a power supply capable of supplying 30 amps. I have no idea what these conductors are. They're not really silicone, and I've never torn one apart. I've got an unmodified Chinese one here, and you see the turns are standing up just because they're stiff. Here's the silicone one. These end connectors are all identical. The silicone wire end connectors are soldered. These are crimped. I've got the current set at 0, I think. I haven't turned it on. So I'm going to turn it up to, say, 5 amps. Nothing yet. We'll try 10 amps. I'm going to turn it off, and you see what's happened. The PVC and the thin wire just destroyed itself. The connections didn't fare too badly, but you can see what happened to the wire. Now, granted, you're probably not going to use this cable for a 10 amp connection. What's important to understand is the current through both white wire segments was the same. It had to be. They're in series. The heating of the wire is caused by current and the resistance of the wire. Obviously, with thinner wire and more resistance, it self-destructed. Well, you saw it. A lot of times, you won't want to stick an extra ohm or so in your wiring circuit. This is unhurt, no discoloration at all. Nothing. Still flexible, very supple. Where this stuff is fried, it took its shape. I don't even think we could tell what condition the wire, the conductors were in. So I buy these Chinese jumpers just to get the colored ends and the alligator clips. And then I have a selection of 22 gauge wire like this. Lots of colors. I spend a couple of hours sitting at the bench and doing this. What I end up with is a very nice set of clip leads. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. You know the routine. Thumbs up, leave a comment, reply, ask a question maybe. Thank you.